Meteorologist Rachel Kay with another game to go along with this week's theme of adaptation, the board game evolution, which is really just another word for how species adapt over time. So it's a lot of fun, it's a good way to learn, and in fact, in the instructions it says the original concept for evolution was developed by Russian biologist Dmitry Nor as a teaching tool. But it doesn't really feel like you're learning because it is just another board game. So like most games, it starts by drawing cards. Now I've got a game kind of already set up here. We have our watering hole. I have a few species that I've started, and I'll start this turn by drawing some cards. Now the number of cards you draw will depend on how many species you have going so far. And the first thing you're going to do when you draw your cards is you'll notice there are numbers on the bottom of the cards. That actually is going to be something you decide which card you're going to add to the watering hole. Every player will do this, and that number is ultimately going to add more food to the watering hole. So we'll flip those cards over once everyone has put them down and add up those totals. So I've got some plant food here in the watering hole. Then with the rest of the traits, there are a lot of different things here that help your species to adapt. You can add these traits to species you already have, or you can discard them and use that to create a new species, or you can upgrade the population or the body size of a species you already have. All of these things help your species to continue to survive. So for instance, here I've got a carnivore. I've added the trait pack hunting and scavenger. And then over here I've got cooperation, fertile. This is an herbivore here, and I'm gonna add long neck, which makes it a little bit easier for this to eat. So when it comes time to eat, you go around the table. Each player, one at a time, will take plant food and add that to your populations. Carnivores eat by attacking or eating other species, and so if that happens, you would reduce that species population by 1. So of course the goal is to survive with the most number of species that you can. If a species goes hungry because it's not able to eat, whether that's plant food or the other side of these tokens, the meat food, then that species would unfortunately go extinct. So you get points for all of the food tokens you've eaten or collected through the course of the game. You get points for higher population size and for all of the traits that you've put down. So again, it's a great way to learn, but it's also a lot of fun, maybe not just for your kids, but for you as parents, a way to be engaged, maybe take a little bit of the load off as you keep learning outside the classroom.